future. We are the dream. We are the nation. We are part of this. Yes, we are so amazing. That's the least we shall be. At the heart of the nation, changing history. How can they say that we are finished? We have just begun. When we have nowhere else to run to, we have nowhere else to go. So get out of the way of the land of our dreams. We are the nation, we are part of this. Oh, oh. We are the nation, we are part of this.
George from changeandrevolution.com. I'm with Samuel and Tosin of B.E.A.M. You're welcome, both of you. Yeah. So, what is the main purpose of B.E.A.M? Why did you establish B.E.A.M? Anyone?
So B.E.A.M actually stands for Bringing Educational Assistance to Many. It's a registered non-profit organization in Ontario. We're in the process of registering with the federal government to be a registered charity. Basically, we pick a school in Nigeria every year, a public school specifically. We find ways to create awareness about the fact that the educational standards in Nigeria right now are not the best, are far from the best. And we raise funds and we go back to the specific school and see how we can help. When we say help, it could be from renovating the building to finishing the classrooms. But mainly, though, we do provide school supplies for kids, enough to last them three years. And we brand new school bags, 25 to 30 notebooks, pencils, sharpeners, erasers, and more stuff like that, just to make sure that we maintain the enrollment rate and, if possible, look for ways that enrollment increases instead of decreasing.
Yeah, one of the places that you went to in Nigeria is Enugu. Can you tell us the experience that you had there?
I would have to actually defer to Sam to speak about that because he was there.
All right, so when we got to Enugu, when we got to Nsukka specifically, it's a local government in Enugu, we went to a few regions of the local government. We tried to find a school that we can work with easily. We saw a few schools. A lot of the schools needed help, ultimately. I think the whole idea, the whole mentality that primary education is free in Nigeria, we need to ask ourselves, it's free at what cost? You know, if you're giving a child a free education, but he has to sit on the floor and leaking classrooms with no school materials and no feeding and all that stuff, how is that free? You know, there was a school I saw in Enugu in Nsukka that I actually I wish I could do more because that school was built in the 30s, and since then there hasn't been any changes made to it. But then we ended up going with Amagu Mora Community Primary School. And that school, I think they had issued a contract that allowed for them to construct the other blocks of classrooms. They finished the one half, and the other half they left in the manner in which they met it. So there was no door, no window, no floor, the sinks were leaking. I think when we were talking to the principals, the headmaster and the assistant, trying to understand what their needs were, they talked about how people came into the classroom and abused the classroom in the absence of the teachers. So the teachers had to spend a certain amount of time every morning cleaning the classroom before the kids could start learning. And they had to sprinkle water on the floor so the kids would not have to sneeze because of the clay and stuff. So we, from the funds we were able to raise, we took it upon ourselves to rebuild the classrooms, and that's what we were able to accomplish in Nsukka.
All right, let's talk about your future goals. You've done this, and it's pretty amazing. We just finished the town hall meeting here in Toronto about what we youth need to do in order to move Nigeria forward. What is the future plans and the future goals of B.E.A.M?
I think the future is all about partnership. We are looking to get a lot more different organizations, different levels of government involved in helping us move this agenda forward. We believe, like we rightly said through the town hall, that education is a good foundation for sustainability in the country. So we're looking to technology companies that either can provide hardware and software that can help students learn more, or government saying, okay, we're going to commit to rebuilding this particular school and we're going to put this infrastructure in place. We're going to start, providing school supplies to students. We're looking to get to that level so that we don't have to be going in there. How many schools can be covered? At least we engage people so that government can then get to do more and get people in Nigeria themselves to actually be concerned about their neighbors. We find out that is lacking a lot in Nigeria. So private schools, there's no reason why a private school that has enrollment of well-to-do children is not sponsoring a public school of similar stature with similar kids, except that their parents are not doing as well. There's no reason why they can't sponsor that school to help them with school supplies or lunch. So that's where we're going. We want partnerships, we want people engaged, and we want activity and action.
All right. We finished the town meeting, and people came to discuss what their passion and what they eventually want to see in Nigeria. What do you want to see in Nigeria?
Personally, I want a Nigeria. I know economically we're going to get there. Economically, we're the next 11. After the BRIC nations, Brazil, Russia, India, and China, we're the next 11. There's 11 of us. I think economically, I want us to be able to get to a place where we are self-sufficient as a nation. You made the point about saying exporting everything from the simple sponge that you use to bathe, to rice, to oil. There's no reason why, as an oil-producing country, we are importing oil. So economically, we should be self-sustaining, and socially, there should be a social web so that every Nigerian, whether they're well-to-do, whether they are not, whether they're poor, children should be able to go to school from elementary school to secondary school free of charge. And that education they're receiving should be quality education, as we receive here in Canada. So for me, that's what I'm looking at. And healthcare. Healthcare is a huge, the average Nigerian dies at 53. That should not be the case. In the next 10, 15 years, that should be put to 70 at the least. So public health is a big issue as well.
What about you?
I think, like we said in the town hall, Nigeria that is more responsible, more accountable. Because if we are responsible for the decisions and the actions we take, and we are actually accountable for them, we can detail how it went down. I think a lot of these things will come in. I really am not a big fan of taking a shot at the government whenever given the chance. But if we had a country where whoever was making a decision, whoever was making a decision was actually accountable. Like I was in Port Harcourt, and the bridge collapsed, an overhead bridge collapsed. I want to know if realistically we were to go back to the books, are we able to find the person that was responsible for that contract? Are we able to find the company that he awarded that contract to? Are we able to get him to refund the money to the states? Are we able to get the states to pay for those that suffered from the... So we need a Nigeria that's... Though people that take actions can be accountable for them, they can say, I'm responsible for this and I'm going to do it the right way. That Nigeria actually cares, because right now nobody cares. The me factor, the let me make sure that, and it's never enough. The worst part about this me mentality we have in our country is it's never enough. You can take as much as you want, but the truth is, because it's Nigeria, anything can happen and you can lose everything. So there's always that desire to always take more. So a Nigeria that cares and a Nigeria that's responsible and accountable for the things that's happening. All
right, we've come to the end of this wonderful interview. If they want to follow you on Facebook, on Twitter, and social media, and your website, where can they do that?
We have our website going up October 1st, so that was www.B.E.A.M, so BEAMINC.org. If you want to follow us on Facebook, here's the social media guys.
So Facebook, you can go to facebook.com/BeamInc. Or on Twitter, you can go to Beam_Inc. and follow us there. And on Instagram, Beam Inc. So BEAMINC.
All right. Thank you very much for having this short interview. We hope to meet you again later in the future. All right. Thank you.
The least I shall be, changing history.